So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. What's up YouTube, Dale here for Zephyr Wargames, and before we go any further, congratulations to Car, who won YCS Milan with Prank Kids. Now, I don't think I've seen as much support for a finalist against a finalist of his own country. So he was playing a finalist from Italy, and even then the majority of people were still supporting Car from Germany to win, because he was playing an underdog deck of Prank Kids against Thunder Dragons, and he had gone all the way to the final. A massive congratulations to him for winning YCS Milan. Now this is Car's full deck profile. I'll do exactly what I've done before in the past with winners deck profiles. I'm just going to speed through them, show you exactly what they've got. If you want to see more details on their matchups and anything like that, check out their original profile. But at the end, what I'm going to do is Car actually managed to do it relatively on a bit of a budget. Now by a bit of budget, what I mean is the majority of this deck minus 3 cards in the main deck, and the majority of the cards minus maybe 1.5 cards in the extra deck are all below 20 quid. Like, you can get a full Prank Kids core for like 50 quid. Now, I am not buying into the hype of the field spell. Do not, and this is my massive warning to you guys now, do not buy the field spell at 30 quid each. That is what they are on eBay. It is a ridiculous price. Do not pay that. They are a £5 to £8 card. They're not a busted card either. They're a very, very good card, yes, for the deck, but they're by no means busted. They don't make the card, like, if it's something like you can use as many of these once per turn, like, in comparison to Diagram, then yeah, maybe there'll be a bit more hype, but it's not that powerful. It is pure hype. You can buy boxes of Hidden Summoners for like 40 to 50 quid and pull 1 to 2 of those cards, plus the rest of a Prank Kids deck. So do not do that. I'm not counting them as a hype card. This is still going to be a budget profile for you guys as well. And I'll show you the alternatives that you can put in replace of those money cards in the deck that Car used. So, without further ado, I'm going to take you through the profile, show you exactly what he played. And then, like I said, if you want to see his matchups, check out the official Yu-Gi-Oh website or the official Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube channel to see his matchups. He did very, very well battling up against some of the toughest cards. And then I'll also give you my suggestions at the end through personally playing this deck of what this deck really, really suffers against and what it needs putting in. So, let's get started. We have, of course, triple of all the Prank Kids. You've got triple fire. You should all know their effects by now. This one obviously burns for 500, summons another one from deck when it's used for a Prank Kid fusion or link. Gives you 1,000 and summons one from deck when it's used for a Prank Kids link or fusion. You got triple Roxy's. Now he was playing pure Prank Kids, which is very, very interesting, because 9 times out of 10 when this came in, people were playing it with Thunder Dragons because it banishes a card from the hand to draw a card. And obviously if you banish a Thunder Dragon monster, you would then get an additional effect off. He was playing pure just as an additional draw engine, so again, very, very useful. And triple Fancies, of course, so now you've got 12 Prank Kids, all causing mischief. Now, the main money card in his main deck was triple Ash. Now, to make this more budget, please listen to this, guys. This is what makes it budget. Take the Ashes out, and you can put stuff in like Effect Veilers, Ghost Ogres, which are a lot cheaper than Ash Blossoms, and any kind of hand traps like that. Alternatively, what you could put in is stuff like Twin Twisters and MST, because this deck loses out so hard to Rivalry and Gozen right now. They're Thunder, Rock, Aqua, Fire, or Pyro, sorry. They cannot play under Gozen and Rivalry. If your opponent puts that out, you can't play. And that was the one thing I was surprised about when I saw his main deck and side deck, is he didn't have any like kind of huge back row removal from what I saw. So he obviously managed to skip past the majority of Autogeist decks with Gozens, Rivalries and stuff like that in, which is very, very interesting. So again, that is my advice for you. Ash Blossoms, do not worry too much about. Take them out, put stuff in like Ogres or Effect Veilers if you need to, and that kind of keeps the deck on a budget scale. That is it for the main deck. Monster-wise anyway. Now onto the spells. Now, of course, we've got triple Desires. These are only like £2.50 each, so definitely cheap and easy budget. Triple Instant Fusion, triple Poly. He plays 8, well, no, I take that back. He plays technically 11 fusion spells. Triple Prank Kids Pandemonium. And I'll go to the 2s first quickly on this one. And double Invocation. Now, Invocation is used as an additional poly, which is very, very interesting. Me, personally, I quite like the idea of Thunder Dragon Fusion, but without playing the Thunder Dragon engine, it's not searchable. It just allows you to shuffle back 3 of your resources and gets you your big Regeki Butler on board. So that is your fusion spells there, from your instant fusion to your polys. Instant fusion is very, very important because that gives you a 2-card combo rather than a 3-card combo in the deck. And I'll show you the combo at the end. I've already shown it to you guys before, but I'll kind of show you what gets it going and what gets it started. Back to the 3-ofs, we've got triple Called by the Grave, and we've got triple Prank Kids Place. Now, like I said before, this card is a £5 to £8 card, not a £30 card. Do not pay that. At the base highest, £10 a card. Base highest, no higher than that. Any higher than that, it's crazy. Double Terraforming and double Prank Kids Pranks. This obviously gives you resource recovery, and it is also contributing towards an additional double summon in a sense, because what you do is if you open up, it's still a 3-card combo because you need to open up a Prank Kids card plus a Prank Kids monster and this. So you'd activate this, get rid of a Prank Kids card, give yourself a token, normal summon a Prank Kids monster, and then straight away you've got a Link 2 play. And then 2, Prank Kids Plan, which I have been umming and ahhing about putting back into my deck, at least at 1. And then we saw how powerful and useful this guy was for Car in YCS Milan in his videos. So very, very useful to do that as well. It is a 41 card main deck. And like I said, the main money card in that deck was, of course, Ash Blossom. So like I said, you can change that out for Effect Veilers or anything else. Now on to the extra deck. We'll go through the Prank Kid cards first. So you play the 1 Prank Kids Battling Butler, again £5 card. Triple Prank Kids Rocket, very, very important card. You can probably pick these up for like £1 each, very, very cheap and easy. What surprised me was 2 Wishy-Washers. Again, very, very important, and what most people forget is its protection effect when it's tributed during your opponent's turn. It's still a very, very powerful card, very, very useful for the deck, and really, really cause so many issues. And it just allows you to float a lot more under Thunder Dragons as well. 1 Rip Roaring Rooster, which is kind of like his only back row hate, but unless you're in this guy before they flit a Gozen or Rivalry, you know, you're not doing a lot. Triple Doodle Doo, most expensive kind of Prank Kids card at about £8 in the extra deck each. 3, I was surprised that 3, 2 is usually enough, but obviously he has the reasoning behind this. 3, obviously the way I can see it is you can burn through your resources quite quickly, and rather than having to shuffle back Doodle Doos, you focus on shuffling back your other stuff like your Bow Wow Bark. So you've only got the 1 Bark as well. Then, not part of the Prank Kids family, of course, we've got the 1 Nightmare Phoenix, very, very cheap and easy. 1 Totally Awesome, about £5 each, might go up a little bit now, but even then not too high, especially when it's had reprints. And then the money cards come in, and that is the Boral Sword Dragon and the Boral Load Dragon. Now, the Boral Load Dragon was at about £25, so to me, that is kind of acceptable to buy. But what you've got to remember is the way the Prank Kids work is if you use Pandemonium, you're locked into Prank Kids monsters for the rest of that turn. So Borrowload isn't, or Boral Sword and Borrowload aren't as important to get to. However, if you have the £25, buy Borrowload Dragon. Definitely buy Borrowload Dragon, very, very important. But then, of course, if you don't have this deck at all and you haven't got a Borrowload Dragon, you're spending 25 on Borrowload, probably about £50 on the core, and then if you're buying the places and these, you're paying a little bit more. So as a cheaper alternative, you've got a Topological Trisbania just to deal with back row. Just give you another alternative to deal with back row. But like I said, MST, Twin Twisters, anything like that, this can be decoded any kind of link free that you want. But like I said, you're mainly going to be focusing on your Prank Kids monsters anyway. These are just surplus to requirements. And then the other alternative is your Boral Guard Dragon. Just because it is a Borrowload monster, it is the cheaper of the lot. You could put a Bomber Dragon in as well if you wanted to, because then, of course, once you're fusioning with your monsters, you fusion your monsters, special summon them out under a zone your card points to, the Bomber Dragon points to, then tribute it off if it's either a Bow Wow Bark or a Wishy-Washer, bring cards back, move them out of the way, and kind of do plays that way to constantly keep nuking your opponent's board. It is an option, not the best option, but it is a cheaper option. And like I said, these are 2 cheaper alternatives for now with these. But like I said, Borrowload Dragon is probably your #1 priority after you've got the core sorted. And then, to be honest, Boral Sword isn't that much of a relevance to me, in my opinion. It's a very, very powerful card, which is why it is used and why it is played. But it is not as influential or as important to the deck, because the deck can run pure, as we did see with Car at YCS Milan. So that is it for the profile. Again, massive congratulations to Khan. I can't say it enough. He took an underdog deck. It definitely won on surprise factor, as well as Khan being a very, very good player. You can tell by his track record for this year as well. So congratulations to him, well done. Hopefully we'll see Prank Kids getting some more support in the future. I'm hoping from rumours that the OCG are getting more Prank Kids support. What they do need is they do need a way without instant fusion to get their combos going, whether it be a Link 1 card or whether it be like just the dog that's on the pictures. I know that it probably, this little dog here, if that was like a Link 1, it could be, I was saying this to someone the other day, it could be a Link 1 vanilla that does absolutely nothing. But, because it's a Prank Kids card, you can normally summon a Prank Kids, turn it into that monster, and then straight away you've got 2 cards on board to get your plays going further forward. And then, of course, you go Instant Fusion, bring that dog back, push plays around. That's what the deck really, really needs. But the fact that it's done okay without it may mean that the support won't be as busted or as good as we want it to be, but still very, very useful. Anyway, I've babbled on long enough. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you've seen the budget options of this deck. It is very, very powerful. And again, my final warning, do not buy the Prank Kids place at 30 quid. It is like World Chalice. They will start to slowly drop down in price. Try and trade them off with your friends as well. Value them at 8 to 10 quid, no more than that. But for now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. What's up, YouTube? Thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left-hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings, and many more Yu-Gi-Oh videos coming up for you all year round. So don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always, guys, happy dueling.